Our team in the lab just figured out how to upgrade your ISO 8. Better stop in.
What? You have yet more questions? The Dark Dimension is a plane of reality corrupted by sinister energies and ruled by a magic-wielding madman. No one, mutant, human, or otherwise, should feel comfortable in this wretched place. Yes, and we would be wise to do so before Dormammu detects our presence. He is not fond of visitors. We have not yet even begun to see a fraction of this dimension's horrors.
I imagine you have questions? We are not in our world. Not anymore. But I have seen this realm before. It is known as the Dark Dimension. And for good reason. It is most definitely not. This is a warped reality, governed by dark magic. The laws of nature as we know them do not apply here. As I said, my magic works in unusual ways. We needed somewhere to hide from the Black Order. This is the best I could conjure up. More importantly, I hope we can find a way out alive.
Salutations, my colleague in cosmic chaos. Fret not, fellow freedom fighter. I've witnessed worse tangles on my hairbrush in the midsummer heat. Quite the opposite. What you see as a potentially perturbing problem, I see as an amazing adventure just waiting to unfurl. Some consider that to be my other mutant power, beyond being devastatingly handsome, of course. The honor is all mine, my courageous companion.
Mindless ones. Their only instincts are to defend this dimension and to conquer others.
Hey, I landed the role of mindless one on this team, fair and square. No way I'm letting those dudes steal my deal.
Jump in any time now, darlings. These monsters won't hunt themselves. We've got to stop these beasties before they overflow into our reality.
Super face kick!
One for you, one for you. Watch your step.
That about does it. Tea, anyone? How many lumps, darling? Oh, the fun's just getting started. This dimension is teeming with lovely leviathans like that. I'm a monster hunter, dear. So when a rift opens in downtown London and giant stone brutes pour out, it's my job to stop them. Even if it means delivering them back home myself. I've seen a few, yeah. Haven't figured out a way to close them yet, though. Bit a mite busy keeping those golems from invading our world and all. You go right ahead, love. I've got my eye on something else. Something shiny.
The magic
The hunt is on.
powering these portals is unusual, even for the dark dimension.
Need something killed? I'm your go. Every shot counts. Killer moves, yeah? I fathom I've already jumped through enough holes in reality for one day, sweetie.
Be on the lookout for anything unusual in that region.
Another rift. It's as if the fabric between dimensional planes is beginning to shred. We can't let the mindless ones cross to the other side. This artifact is releasing powerful arcane energy. Could it have something to do with the rifts? The magic from this artifact is somehow powering the rift. Destroy it to close the crack and keep the darkness from seeping into other dimensions.
This slide's in me.
Of course, the magical signature of each artifact seems to correspond with a similarly colored rift.
These relics come in so many colors, yet not one goes with my outfit. Pity that. This round's for me.
This rift is different. Stronger. I can feel it. It is beyond the point where smashing some trinkets will seal it.
Is it now time?
What a cutoff! Great! Let's turn around! What a cutoff!
It is as I feared. More powerful magic will be needed to mend this fracture. I will have to handle this one myself.
Not even the fire of hell itself can contain me. When there is vengeance to be delivered. Oh, you heroes don't mind some help. The spirit of vengeance never rests.
Level up.
Ride alone. It feels good to finally be free again. Give me something with a soul to fight next time. That's right. What is it, mortal? It was nothing compared to what I had to do to break out of the afterlife. No, just cursed. There have been plenty of times that death seemed like a welcome change, however. I was dragged there by a powerful demon and things took an ugly turn. When I saw that rift, I wasted no time in making my escape. No idea. But should you ever spill innocent blood, I promise you shall find out someday.
Yeah.
Rise again.
lead to different dimensions. We have to seal them shut before the realities converge.
Doctor, I'm so glad you're here. Something is wrong. These portals... they're getting bigger? No. That must be a mistake. The spell you're casting... it's expanding the rift. You have to stop!
I cannot cease until all realities are one. So I am commanded by the dread Dormammu.
Let the dark magic of this dimension consume you!
My turn! My turn!
What's your strength against me? Those who trespass here never leave this realm again.
I've been hit.
Is it now?
The doctor is out, but Dormammu will answer your call.
Dormammu, be gone by the flames of the Faltine! I purge your dark soul from my own!
Oh no, dear doctor. I have not finished with you yet. I've waited so long to make you mine, Strange. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
This route to me. I've been hit.
Pay for your sins. Even a sorcerer supreme pales when compared to the dread Dormammu. I've waited so long to... Make you mine, strange. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Sorcerer Supreme pales when compared to the dread Dormammu. Such fascinating creature. Curse you, strange. Your soul will be mine. So swears Dormammu.
That was quite an impressive feat. But vanquishing the true Dormammu in his own realm will be nearly impossible. Lucky for us, the impossible is my specialty. I owe you an apology for all of that unpleasantness. I will, but first we need to deal with Dormammu. That was no more than a shadow of his true power. He's the master of this dimension and can twist its dark magic to his whims. And it gets worse. Dormammu has an Infinity Stone. It's what opened the first rift between our dimensions. I tried to chase it here, but it was too late. For me, and perhaps for reality as we know it. I'm afraid so. And unless we stop him, he'll make every dimension as dark as this one. The Doctor is in.
Let's swing into action.
A wise choice.
Will... Need to make our way to Dormammu's lair. Pick up a little something extra along the way. Dormammu's toying with a Reality Stone's power. He's altering the fundamental properties of this dimension, right down to our perception of it.
Killer moves there. Killer moves there.
You'll have to watch your step next time. I may not always be here to catch you.
Level up.
Dormammu is immune to the magic born in this dimension. But the Reality Stone has created an anomaly. Dark crystals that we can use to absorb and reflect Dormammu's energy. If we can find them. These are the crystals I spoke of. I can sense that you carry similar ones already. We should be able to use these to erect a mystical shield. Block their attack and absorb the energy. The crystals are fused into the Mindless One's stone forms. Perhaps we could remove them, but not without a fight. Crystals are more fragile than I expected, but there should be more as we traverse closer to Dormammu and the stone.
All of these winding paths and walk-halls are giving me a bloody migraine.
I'm beginning to think I should have stayed in hell.
You can do it! You can do it!
quite yet.
Dormammu's toying with the Reality Stone's power. He's altering the fundamental properties of this dimension, right down to our
The Kingpin had no idea the power he possessed. But I've been watching, and I now know what these crystals can do in more experienced hands. Here, let me show you.
You heroes have no idea what you found, do you? I was keeping my eyes on you, but perhaps the time has come for fists instead. You fight with honor. That's your first mistake. Why brawl like common ruffians when we could be working out a deal that benefits us all? Crystals, ISO 8, call them what you will. Soon, they'll all be mine. And you thought one of me was hard to handle. On that action. The one true Loki doesn't crumble under pressure. Perhaps I should have thought this through a bit more. We shouldn't have been able to do that.
This round.
You are victorious. Take your spoils. I must admit, this alliance you've built is quite inspiring. Perhaps I should craft one of my own.
Well, that was certainly unusual. Anyone know what that was all about?
All that matters is that he is gone, that we have his crystals, and that Dormammu lies ahead.
Dormammu's lair is near. Focus the energy from the crystals to destroy his enchanted barrier. We can't delay. Dormammu's shield must be broken. We can absorb their attacks with the crystals and redirect the energy at the barrier. We'll need more crystals to destroy the barrier. Luckily, the mindless ones are bringing them right to us. Fantastic. The barrier is beginning to weaken. We're almost there. Just a bit more.
Need a hand? Make way for a
Get on that action.
Level up.
We've reached the barrier. Nowhere left to hide now, Dormammu.
chaos, but this realm makes even my head spin.
You know, I'm suddenly kind of glad I didn't have those tacos after all, because I'd probably be spewing them back into my mask about now.
Your journey ends here. The future holds only darkness for you and all of reality. You should have learned by now which sorcerer is truly supreme, Stephen.
I have, Dormammu. And he is about to extinguish your flame once and for all.
Need a hand?
Break it on that axe to assist you.
In my own realm, you are either exceptionally brave or insane.
Level up.
This round.
Impressive, but not nearly enough to defeat me.
We're not doing any damage. Use the crystals to absorb his beams and create an opening for attack. He didn't see that coming. Keep it up.
My mindless ones took the brunt of your attack. They served their purpose. Dormammu still stands. I tire of these games. You shall learn that Dormammu is always the victor, no matter the reality.
This round.
to defeat me here!
To assist you.
You may think you have won, but I shall return. Stronger than ever before.
If only that were the last of him. He always does. He's lived for centuries thanks to the foul magic in this place. We've only made him angrier. We get the Reality Stone as far away from here as possible. I think I can help with that, but it will take a few moments. Good. Take a moment to regroup, and we'll depart this wretched place once and for all.
This was all my fault. We never would have ended up in this terrible dimension if my magic wasn't so volatile. Maybe you're right. My hexes may not always have the expected results, but I suppose they still managed to get the job done. Of course, I remain forever by your side.
What a dreadful debacle this devolved into. Oh, it still stands strong. It has merely been temporarily trumped by the megalithic magician and his flaming facade. Indeed, a fortuitous finding we could never have anticipated upon arriving in this dismal dimension. I am excited to examine it upon returning. Calm your concerns, comrade. This sapphire scientist has friends with formidable facilities all over our world, and on countless others.
You cannot destroy the darkness.
He's right, Juno. Dormammu feeds off this dimension's endless arcane energies. He can't die in this place. But we most definitely can. And if Dormammu spills this black magic into our world, he would be unstoppable there too. Of course, without the Reality Stone, he can't merge our dimensions together. And without the darkness to fuel him, he wouldn't last long. So, if I can open a portal back to our plane of existence, perhaps we can take the stone somewhere safe. Or at least somewhere safer than this.
We came here to escape the chaos of Earth. Our people were trapped at the heart of far too many conflicts over the centuries. Assailed from all sides by those who wish to harm or exploit us. Only by removing ourselves from their world would we ever truly hope to find peace? So, tell us, my dear sister. Why have you opened our doors to the same chaos we fought so hard to leave behind?
No matter how we may try to cut ourselves off from our home planet, my queen, we still have friends and allies who need our help. Who are we to ignore their plight?
We are Inhumans. As both humans and mutants alike have repeatedly reminded us, we stand alone. And unless your friends can convince the king otherwise, so do they.
Something bothering you, friend? Don't mind my sister. She can be a bit stubborn, but Medusa's heart is always in the right place. Once she understands what's at stake, she'll come around. It's the king you have to worry about. Let's just say Black Bolt gave Adelan's last uninvited guests a free tour of the moon, without oxygen masks. Yeah, I guess it is, isn't it? Lucky for you, he's in a good mood today. I think. He's a bit hard to read since he doesn't talk. But you'll probably be fine.
For the sake of my sister, I will hear what you have come to say. But I guarantee no more. Now speak. We know of these stones, and the fact that you would bring them here puts all of Adelan in jeopardy. Such recklessness is typical of your kind. That time has long since passed. We have been hunted by humans for centuries. The scars from our war with the mutants are still fresh. The only allies we have left dwell within this city. The Inhumans hide from no one. Our removal from Earth was a strategic maneuver for the protection of our people. I cannot. Adelan may be among the stars now, but Earth will always be our home. I believe my king would agree. Our cousin Gorgon will escort you to the lab.
Adelan gone mad?
Level up.
Hurry! We must deliver him to the infirmary at once. If we don't get Gorgon some help fast, he's not going to make it.
Thane! Gorgon has been gravely wounded. You must attend to him immediately.
I'll see what I can do, Your Majesty. There you go, big guy. This should stop the bleeding. Before you know it, you'll be back on your feet. Or hooves.
Some sort of amber. Intriguing. I don't believe we've had the pleasure, young man. Huh? Oh.
Few have. Thane came to us from the inhuman colony of Orlan, seeking sanctuary.
Sanctuary? From what, pray tell?
Not what, but rather who.
My father. Turns out he's a maniacal alien warlord bent on universal domination. And for some reason, he really wants me dead. His name is Thanos. If you're lucky, you've never heard of him.
Luck hasn't exactly been on our side today, my boy. But I have a feeling that may be about to change.
Sorry about all the craziness here. Family, am I right? They're a bit intense, but they mean well. Black Bolt and Medusa do whatever it takes to keep Adelan safe. Even if it means they sometimes forget about everyone else. I didn't really. Sure, I may be a bit more willing to reach out and help my fellow heroes, but at the end of the day, I'm still an Inhuman. We'll always stand together. Yeah, well.
My deepest apologies. Adelan was built to be a safe haven. Alpha Primitives. They were a subclass of the Inhuman race, performing labor and other menial tasks. That is a harsh way of putting it. The Alpha Primitives merely do what they were designed to do. I have my suspicions, but I dare not believe them.
Salutations, my tenacious teammate. Merely a hypothesis, but having the progeny of our nemesis as an ally could prove advantageous. Indeed. In fact, it might become more beneficial in our quest than you can currently comprehend. Of course, I will need to run an in-depth analysis. Fear not. I once collaborated with the Inhumans to evaluate the effects of their Terrigen Mist on my fellow mutants. Much of my equipment is still here in Atalam. Performing scientific studies on the moon isn't work. It's my furry blue dream come true.
How can I help you? So I'm told. I've never actually met him, and I can't say I'm too upset about that fact, seeing that he tried to have me killed as soon as he found out about me. A bit of both. My mother was an Inhuman from the lost city of Orlan. After the Black Order decimated our colony to get to me, I had no choice but to flee here. Only legends, and none of them end well. If my father wants them so badly, though, I've got to believe some of them are true. Let's hope so. Until then, I have a patient to tend to.
Where am I?
Somewhere safe. Now try to rest and...
No. Nowhere in Atalan is safe. I remember now. He
He's lost his twisted mind. Again.
Oh, come now, cousin. Is that any way to talk about the new king of the Inhumans?
I'll use my amber to shield Gorgon from further damage. You focus on the Alpha Primitives.
I should have known you were behind this, Maximus. Only you would dare betray our people.
I am nothing if not predictable. Isn't that right, brother? The silent treatment, as always. Level up. I'll give you something to talk about. Just you wait. Whiplash!
Level up.
You may have power, but you lack imagination. It is time that someone with true vision took the throne.
The Inhumans are the closest thing to a family I have now. I'm not a fighter. I guess this is my battle now.
This isn't the first time Maximus has tried to claim the throne from his brother. Not even close. The guy's a brilliant inventor, but he's never been quite right in the head. Still, not or not, he is family. We refuse to give up on him, even if he refuses to change his ways.
Thought I was insane, but I know exactly what I'm doing, and I relish every twisted moment.
Maximus, it doesn't have to be this way. We can help you if you let us.
By locking me away in a palace cell again? I think not. Fighting my own flesh and blood over and over grows tiresome. This should be an interesting change of pace. Your pathetic attempts to resist are almost adorable.
Need a hand? Allow me to assist you.
Let's fighty it on that action.
This route. This route. This route.
What a joy! Your turn! Is that really all you got? I've gone from mad to bored. Your turn! Your turn!
Level up.
If you're done, I have a city to rule. What a joy! Your time on the throne is about to expire.
Over here. I can generate enough amber to protect you. Stay close to me.
Need a hand on that action to assist you.
Beg for mercy.
This route.
Level up.
This route.
Level up.
Curse you.
Is it clear now who wears the crown?
I think I've got a lead on the final Infinity Stone. In safe hands, at least for the moment. I just picked up a transmission on the Avengers' priority frequency. Apparently MODOK recovered the Soul Stone while we were off-world. You're right. Fortunately, the Winter Soldier was on an undercover mission deep within the ranks of AIM. He secured the stone and is heading off the grid. I think so. As long as Lockjaw is ready for a nice long walk.
Before you say anything, just a quick reminder. Maximus is only related to me through marriage. Now you know why I was back on Earth with you guys when all of this went down. I can't speak for the rest of my family, but I'll be with you until the end.
Fascinated to find out what I've formulated, friend? I scrutinized a sample of the amber that Thane generated to seal Gorgon's wounds earlier. Not only is it seemingly impenetrable once it encases an object, it also suspends the very laws of physics themselves. Anything trapped inside essentially becomes frozen in time. Not just the artifact itself, mind you, but any energy it generates, no matter how formidable. Precisely. If Thane could help to entrap the final stone as well, we might yet keep them away from his dearest daddy. At least until we can devise a more permanent solution. After the excruciating events we've just endured, how could he possibly resist?
The kingdom of Eidolon is in your debt. But Maximus was our problem to deal with, not yours. I suppose not. Yet we were less than hospitable upon your arrival. You owed us nothing. Truth told, we Inhumans never asked to be heroes. When we fight, it is for the safety of our people and nothing more.
What can I do for you? Maybe. But if the Black Order is out there searching for it, having me on your side might put you in even more danger. I can... Well, when you put it that way... Right. No pressure.
This is Winter Soldier, broadcasting on the Avengers emergency frequency. Again. This is Winter Soldier, broadcasting on the Avengers emergency frequency. Again. If anyone is listening out there, my mission to infiltrate AIM was a success. At least until MODOK and his nerd squad somehow recovered a bona fide Infinity Stone. Wasn't about to wait around and find out what they plan to do with it.
So I blew my cover and grabbed their rock. I'm approaching a secure location with a stone in hand. But it won't take long for those eggheads to figure out where I'm headed and try to take it back. So, if you can hear this, Avengers, lock on to these coordinates and swing on by. It'd be a shame to be stuck in paradise all alone.
These are the coordinates Bucky transmitted. So, where is he?
Hey, got something on your mind? Of course. But Bucky's one of the few heroes tough enough to wield Cap's shield. Other than me, that is. He can handle himself just fine, even when things go south. I've got a psychic rapport with birds, and lucky for us, this jungle is full of them. I'm hearing a lot of chatter coming from the pathway to Birnanzana, the Wakandan capital city. My feathered friends have never led me wrong before.
Can I help you, soldier? Back on Earth, in the African nation of Wakanda, thanks to our pal Lockjaw. It's a risk we have to take if we want to recover the final Infinity Stone before the Black Order. Good question. He should have landed nearby, unless something forced him to change his plans.
We don't have time to waste. Hard to say. I've never seen James miss a rendezvous before. If he isn't here, he must be somewhere very important. Or very dangerous. Clearly you haven't met the man. He's survived Russian prison camps 10 times more deadly than this. For him, Wakanda is a tropical vacation. Unless... He's made more enemies than allies over the years. If my instincts about this are right, we'd better find him before they do.
Earth. I wasn't sure I'd ever come back. Of course. While I appreciate the Inhumans' hospitality, the moon isn't exactly the warmest of places. There's a fine line between a safe haven and a prison. I'm worried about that no matter where I am. There's only one way to make those nightmares end. We have to stop Thanos for good. I hope so. I've got the other 5 contained, at least for now. But I won't be able to hold them forever. You lead the way. I'll gladly follow.
We've got company. AIM must have followed Bucky here.
Every shot counts. This ride's for me.
We're getting close to another one of those rifts.
It's an ambush. AIM must have expected us.
Level up.
This ride's I've been hit.
That should take care of them. For the moment.
More trouble incoming. AIM's not messing around.
I am told that AIM only worships science. But if any of you believe in the goddess, now would be the time to start praying. My fury will rain down upon you!
This round's me. Looks like AIM is turning up the heat. Watch your feathers, folks!
You cannot contain a force of nature! Lightning strike! The winds are changing in our favor! Ice barrage!
Level up!
50 points! Every shot!
Lightning strike!
Level up!
Lightning storm! Lightning storm!
Area secured. And we couldn't have done it without you, Aurora.
The storm is unleashed! It is good to see you, my friends. I heard of the battle at the mansion and feared the worst. I have long shared a special bond with King T'Challa. If his people are threatened, I will always come to their defense. For the same reason any would dare try to invade, I assume. Wakanda is home to some of the most advanced technology on the planet, as well as extremely rare vibranium ore. No, but I had left the palace to investigate reports of a downed aircraft. From what I have seen so far, things do not look good for your friend. Then I pray to the goddess that his luck has continued.
That's part of a Quinjet. Good thing the Winter Soldier was built tough.
That means he's still out here somewhere. We need to keep searching.
AIM will not dishonor this sacred land. Strike their barriers down at their
We're pinned. We need to disable those turrets.
We are easy targets where we stand. We must find a better angle of attack at once.
If we hurl this at the turret, maybe we can finally take that thing down.
Hurry! We must find something to block their attack.
Level up!
I know that smell. It's burning jet fuel.
Not one step further, fools, or you'll be crashing harder than the Winter Soldier. Oh well, it was sound advice, but if you won't listen, I can make you! And it will be the last thing you ever hear.
The noise came from over here. Sounded like a gamma bomb went off. In these jungles, it could be anything.
You speak the truth. So it is best to beware. Lest the hunters become the prey. No prey escapes the panther. You have chosen well.
The fallen Quinjet is here, but the Winter Soldier is not. Could that be a blessing in disguise?
That parachute. The Winter Soldier must have ejected before the crash.
I knew it. There's no way he'd go out without a fight.
Knowing Bucky, it'll be one for the ages. Makes me feel sorry for him.
There. We're almost back to the capital city.
Hold them, my sisters! May Bast guide our hands.
You do not stand alone, adored ones.
Wakanda forever!
The Dora Milaje are formidable, but even the best warrior benefits from strong allies. Your sisters have served your kingdom well, my trusted guardian.
My king, my friends, we are at your service. We have held off many of AIM's forces, but we could not prevent their leader from infiltrating the palace. More of our forces await him within. They will not allow that monstrosity to sully the throne. AIM was holding a captive with a silver arm, but he did not look well. Lead the way, and we shall follow.
The Panther smiles upon us all.
I would gladly give my life for my king.
That will not be necessary. Not today.
Level up!
Forgive me.
On your feet.
That does not bode well. Not well at all.
AIM has taken control of the palace's defenses. We must destroy the control modules.
Once the control modules are destroyed, Wakanda's defenses will be restored, and AIM will be vanquished.
Statues under our control, we can show AIM what they were truly meant to do.
Did they really think they could turn a panther against you, T'Challa?
Go now before more reinforcements arrive. We will keep the invaders at bay.
Can't let you go any further, I'm afraid. Modok still has plans for this one. And if he gets his prize, I get mine. Wakanda's throne. You won't stop me from getting my revenge! The Panther will pay!
If you want to claim Wakanda, Claw, then we shall give you all it has to offer.
He's giving us all he's got as well. And it's louder than the beaches of Normandy.
You just got VIP tickets to a private listening session!
We're not here for you, Claw. We just want the Winter Soldier.
Need a hand for a professional.
Let's Spidey in on that action.
You may think you've won, but you haven't heard the last of me!
I was wondering when you'd show up. I've been better. MODOK used his mental powers to poke around inside my head. And trust me, it's not pretty in there. I may be compromised. Back when the Russians brainwashed me into their personal assassin, they implanted code words in my memory to keep me under control. If MODOK found them, I won't be able to resist his commands. It gets worse. MODOK and his AIM goons got their hands on the Soul Stone after the crash. They've taken it into the palace with them. No, but whatever it is, I'm pretty sure we won't like it.
Ambush! AIM forces are closing in. If you're hoping to stop MODOK, you need to go now. I mean it! In there, I'm just a liability. A weapon AIM can use against you. Let me buy you the time to finish the mission I couldn't. Don't worry about me. I've taken down the Red Skull. You guys in beekeeper suits should be no problem. Now go!
We are approaching the throne room, my friends.
We must find MODOK and recover the stone before he can use it against my people.
We must protect the palace!
And in turn, the palace shall protect you.
Stand back, friends. The Dora Milaje have this situation under control.
There are forces at play here your feeble minds cannot begin to comprehend. Nothing is under your control. Not even the concentration of psionic energy that you call a soul. This stone, so much power! I must have them all! Fetch them for me, won't you, my dears? I have matters of great scientific importance that require my immediate attention.
The Dora Milaje would never attack their king. The Soul Stone has corrupted them.
Be careful not to harm them. They are not in control of their actions.
I hate fighting your own crew, T'Challa, but they gotta be stopped.
To finally face opponents up to my level.
I'm afraid MODOK has turned even more of your soldiers against us, Your Highness.
Need a hand?
I am with you, my
Make way for a professional.
Let's Spidey in on that action!
too well, T'Challa.
Forgive me, adored ones. MODOK has retreated into the necropolis. We must pursue him at once.
As long as that stone is in MODOK's hand, none in Wakanda are safe. It is our duty to stop him.
These corridors connect the royal palace to Wakanda's city of the dead.
So these ruins are full of dead monarchs.
The necropolis is where Wakanda's former kings rest in eternal glory. Tread carefully, unless you wish to join their ranks.
Stick to science, gentlemen. Fighting isn't your strong suit.
Those who choose to dress like that may not have a strong suit at all.
Kill him.
Level up.
Winter Soldier would have been a lot more useful down here with us.
Bucky made the tough call. He had to. Let's make sure it wasn't for nothing.
If MODOK is as wise as he believes, he would have retreated to these catacombs.
Shake it off, you git.
Fast. The necropolis holds more than just the remains of my ancestors. It is home to Wakanda's greatest treasure, knowledge.
MODOK is still using Panther's bodyguards against us. We need to take them out.
Thought I'd never meet a lady more intimidating than you, Nat. But Wakanda's got dozens.
My father is buried here. I will not see this place defiled.
I fought by T'Chaka's side long ago. His name and his legacy are worth fighting to protect.
The path has been blocked. I think we can all guess what awaits us on the other side.
Level up.
Need a hand? Make way for a professional.
Let's Spidey in on that action.
I am with you, my brothers. I suspect MODOK will be just beyond this corridor.
Centuries of knowledge are etched into these walls. Ancient Wakandans called it magic. But there is no such thing. There is only science. It bends to my will. Now, so shall you. And then, the world! Your ancestors were ahead of their time, T'Challa. Thank them for me when I send you to meet them.
This knowledge was not meant to be perverted by villains such as you.
If everything is just an experiment, perhaps you'd like to test my
Think fast! The knowledge found here will grant me access to an endless supply of souls, on which my stone may feast. But first... An appetizer. How delicious! Who's next?
Kneel before him.
Need a hand?
I am
Looking for a profession.
I've been waiting to punch that big, ugly head of his.
On your feet.
This route.
Whiplash!
This route.
MODOK may look laughable, but he's a genuine threat.
I'm going to take my time and savor this, heroes.
souls are meant to be nurtured, not devoured or twisted to your grotesque whim.
Need a
I am
hand?
with you,
Wait,
Edward.
on that action.
Think fast!
Fast.
I cannot fail.
You already have, MODOK. But you did succeed in one thing. You stirred the ancient warriors that reside here in this city of the dead. The necropolis is now their home, just as Wakanda is mine. And we shall protect our homes at any cost.
What in the name of science?
No, not science, MODOK. Something far greater. Far greater.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Yes, of course. No man is fit to wield such power unchecked. Not even a king. Each of these stones is capable of shattering worlds on their own. Just imagine what they could do together.
Yes. Just imagine.